Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you today? I'm giving you a little treat time with the medicines, and you're going to get a little dose of Tiny since people have been saying, where's Tiny at? Where's Tiny? Tiny's right here, and I'm going to probably have to feed him 25 times just to keep him quiet through this whole thing. So good morning. I want to talk to you guys about a bunch of stuff, some really good things today, too. A couple things I'm a little punchy on, and I want you guys to help me understand. I'm venting to you in some things. Here you go, Charlotte, baby. Oh, okay, here we go, Gizmo, baby. Charlotte, you gotta work a little quicker. First thing, people are asking me, here you go, Pixie. Follow-ups on our washing machine, our flooring machine, and my teeth. What's going on with that? All things really expensive at this point. So the washing machine, we're at wit's end with. They're coming out again. They replaced everything except for the main circuit board. Of course, that's going to be the fix. They're trying to argue with us now that it's out of warranty, so we have an extended warranty place, even though the warranty was in effect when it first broke down. It hasn't been back in place since. It's a complete nightmare. I may actually have to break down and do next month's fundraiser with the intention of actually doing it for a purpose, such as buying a Speed Queen and saying, screw this. I don't normally like doing that, but I might even make like Claire the misfit of the month, just because I know she's a big seller right now. I don't normally do that. I like to do their monthly fundraisers as I see them. I've always done that. Here you go, Mocha. But I might have to do it that way. Here you go, Charlotte, baby girl. And I don't know if you guys can see, but little baby Claire is underneath all this. Hi, Claire Bear. And she wants her peanut butter. Tiny, are you here? Shut up. Now let's move on to the flooring machine. Right after that post I made the other day, it finally broke down again. Now remember, there's 3 components to this that this machine does very well when it's working. There you go. Mocha, come on. They want to see Claire Bear. Not too late. Good boy, Vern. I'll get you some more, too. The rest of you guys are a little bit. Are you here, too? Here you go, Vern. And then Claire Bear. Okay, Charlotte. It's really hard to actually get anything done. I'm sorry, guys. Please stick with me. Claire Bear, one more. No Mocha. No Mocha. Good girl, Claire Bear. And then a little bit, we gotta get some for you, baby. Good girl. Okay. No more treats except for to shut Tiny up. So the machine has 3 major parts that work, and when they work well, it's amazing. I mean, that's major parts. The whole design, the design is incredible. Fabrication and manufacturing sucks. Anyway, so you have these scrub heads, like buffers. They have their motors. You have a vacuum, it has its motor. And then you have the spray system, which is not necessarily a motor. It's all run by electronics. I've replaced everything on this thing, cleaned out the lines and everything. There's a circuit board that actually can get exposed to water very easily, even though it's dry as a bone in there, so I'm not saying that's actually it. But the circuit board can periodically go bad. That's what's bad. The good news is I actually talked to a lady whose sister follows our page. Thank you for this. And now she does too. She works for the Tenant company. Tenant is the company that makes our iMops. And while she can't help with service and all that, she can help me possibly with parts. So we're going to get some parts sent out and see if I can fix it. I will tell you, here's the biggest problem with this, guys. I have 2 of the big machines and 1 of the little ones. And the biggest problem is right now I'm in debt to them for about $2,000. I'm not telling you this for any other reason. I don't need money for it because it's the principle of the thing. Dealing with their salesperson versus dealing with their service person versus dealing with their billing department. Totally separate. The guy that runs the Maryland area somewhere around here for the service, the guy that's my sales reps out in Pittsburgh, and who knows where the hell the main office is for the billing. And they don't talk very well. So when I had all these problems going on with the last machine and we started to get the new one, the sales rep says, Bobby, I want to help you out. Sends a bunch of squeegees. And I said, he said, what do you need? I said, well, I need a set of heads. I need a set of squeegees. And I said, batteries. And he says, well, we can't give you extra batteries. Those are expensive. But he sends me out like 3 different sets of these wheels, these buffer wheels, that I don't need. I have 6 sets of these here now. And then the damn billing agent company, or the part of the company, bills me for them. It's to the tune of like $1,200 for this shit. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. And then secondarily, when the guy comes out to repair the machine, this is the one that really pisses me off. They won't let me give him a credit card right there, so I have no idea what the bill is. So he goes away. Tomorrow, the machine breaks down again because he didn't fix it properly. Takes him 2 weeks to get back. By the time he gets back, that's about the day I'm getting the bill from the first one, and it was $600 and some odd. And then he bills me again, and it wasn't fixed again. So I'm like, why am I paying all this money for something you didn't fix properly? But of course, he's service. Sales is different. Billing you can't talk to. So I kind of just said, screw you guys, I ain't paying you. And this is where we're at. Now I got to fix everything. So that's why we're at where we're at on that. gets even better. I hate everything in this world being so expensive these days. 4 years ago, I had an opportunity to do a crown on this one back tooth that hurts. Apparently it was a cavity. It was getting pretty big even though it filled. And it finally fell out right after Brittany passed. Along with this side right here, another cavity that ended up cracking in a most horrible way. And again, I was grinding my teeth. I was just, I was really upset. These happened within 2 days of each other right after Brittany passed. This one up here is very ugly, but we're going for this one first because it is infected. So I actually did go to my dentist after trying to do dumb shit like Aspen Dental, which is absolute bullshit. They got an orthodontist come in once a month and all this shit. Like, okay, I'm not even dealing with these people. But anyway, honey. So, damn it, Tony. So anyway, finally go back to my dentist. I go there on a Friday. They're not open. I found out why. Because when you rape people that hard, I'm not sure what hurt more coming out of there, my tooth or my ass. So they rape you. I mean, my dentist is really good. He's really good. But they rape you. And I didn't want to do this Crown Impossible root canal back in 2020 right after I met Brittany because it was going to be close to $2,000. Well, the other day he charged me $1,600 for the root canal, and I got to now pay $1,900 to go back in 2 weeks to do the actual crown for it. $3,500 up from $2,000 in just 4 years. To make it even better, this one will need an implant. Now, these are things that I will pay for myself and I will get done because I believe your teeth are the main line of defense when you're trying to not age, okay? You need your teeth. You need to be able to chew. So this is a thing for longevity in life. And I always hated how the medical industry treats dentistry as it's not the most important thing in your life, because it actually is. Because everything starts in your mouth, digestion, all that shit. So it should be up there with heart and brain and all that other stuff, but they don't look at it like that. So anyway, this damn implant, when I go back and do it, because you guys are going to have to see this ugly side of my face for a while, and I apologize for that, I'm going to look like a derelict, is now $7,000, whereas before it was only $3,200. So yeah, everything's just doubled. So I'm extremely frustrated, but the good news is that I will actually be at least pain-free on this side until this one starts to go to shit in a couple of weeks. So that's that. Let's talk about some good news. That was way too long on all that shit. I have some incredible news on Mama Pac and on Vern. I mean, I could not ask for anything better. Right, Vern? Right, buddy? Hi, little bear, killer bear. I'd set you up here, baby. I don't want you to fall. They can't really see you. Let me just keep you down here. You kind of blend in. Yesterday, Vern was sitting on her, she was sitting behind him when he stood up. It looked like he pooped her because she looks like a little poop. Anyway, Mama Pac and Vern, let's talk about this. You guys know I've been so stressed about them. Mama Pac, we go in, and we're talking colitis. We're talking irritable bowel syndrome. We're talking about, actually, Tiny, I want to put you up here. We're talking about gallbladder debris. We're talking about possible Cushing's disease. Come here. So, here's the good news. We did get a fecal result from her, a test from her when we were in there, and it came back. Here, I'm going to sit down here. Why don't I sit down here with you guys? And the fecal result came back. And by the way, she's doing better, and she's on a couple meds. But it turns out Pac has Giardia. Now, Giardia is a common bacteria. One of the things you deworm for are the 4 different types of worms: whipworms, flatworms, roundworms, and tapeworms. And then Giardia and Coccidia. Panicure cures all of that. Here, Tiny, some fell on my shoe. Here, eat that. She has Giardia. Oddly enough, the doctor says, you don't have to. I said, shit, does that mean it's through the house? He goes, no, she could just have it. She could have picked it up somewhere. And wherever stage it's in her body is hurting her, but it's not like a contagious shedding stage. So I don't understand it completely, but he told me not to worry. But all we have to do now is deworm her. And she is getting better from the metronidazole and everything else she's been on. So that's awesome. So she started her 5-day Panicure deworming, which we do a 1 day every month or two. And to do an actual regimen of it to get, if they actually have worms, I do that as a preventative. But if they actually have worms, you got to do a 5-day. And it's based off their weight and everything. Here's my little girl. So anyway, Pac, we do still have to test for Cushing's. We're going to go back and get that done in a couple weeks. And let's hope that's okay. But everything else, she's doing amazing. Now, speaking of amazing, who's amazing? Who's my guy? Vern. You guys know when this all went down, I want to get his teeth done. We were worried about how he walks. You can see he's been standing through this whole video. So he's getting definitely strong. But then this whole thing came up with his liver enzymes being through the roof and his gallbladder enzymes being through the roof. And they found gallbladder stones, and then they found debris in his gallbladder. Well, we gave him some medicine, and the gallbladder stones were gone. So that actually worked great. Over the course, I think I told you this, so those of you that pay attention and follow everything, over the last couple of vet visits, his liver enzymes have actually gone back to normal. So maybe this was all connected. The one thing that was left was this damn debris in his gallbladder, which we went in and we had it aspirated, in hopes that we don't have it, like God forbid, what could we possibly have, right, Tiny? Turns out he came in here with E. coli. Again, not contagious to anybody else, but this is an easily treatable disease with some meds. So I'm looking at in the next 2 weeks, he should be, we're gonna run a 2 week, it says it can run between 2 and 6 weeks as far as the treatment. The doctor seems to think that we're gonna start with 2 weeks, we're gonna test him in, and if he's good to go, we can finally get these teeth fixed, and Vern can just focus on being a happy, free dog. And I'm so excited for that. So really good news medically all the way around. Oh yeah, and speaking of dogs and diseases and things wrong with them, I don't know if I want you guys to be able to help back me up on this. You know how I get people on the page, and I'll get back into this in a minute too about Claire. But you know, you get people on the page, especially the viral ones. I did a coming home dad, and poor Sadie was in there. She was scratching her ear. And everybody's like, oh my God, the dog's got an ear infection. The dog's got an ear infection. I was so stupid. I didn't think to tell them. Sadie is the one dog here, the one dog that does not eat Happy House food. There's something in it, I think it has to do with the rice, that she's allergic to. And she's allergic to a lot of shit. The day I got her, she blew up. The poor lady's like, I don't want you to think I don't take care of her. We just stopped to rest stop for her to go to the bathroom. And you know, her whole body's swollen, face is swollen, everything's pink. And of course, Benadryl will cure that. And very minor. Well, that day that I put that video up, Sadie was having an allergic reaction. Didn't even think of it. And the way I realized it, because I did another video just the other day, I cut it short. I was like, oh my God. I know she got some Happy Hour this morning because she got into somebody else's cubby. And that's why she's scratching like this. So that video of me on the couch has her in it. And I think you can see her for a brief moment towards the end. She's in the middle of the couch starting to scratch. But the rest of the video, I cut it off because like, I'm not having people deal with this shit. So anyway, there is a logical explanation for a lot of the things that happen around here. It's not neglect. It's not that they're dirty. They're not dying. It's just she has allergies. So if you guys ever see that, this is just more knowledge to arm you guys with, because you guys are so defensive, or protective, I should say, of us. And I love that. Thank you. Now let's talk a little bit about Claire, my little baby girl, who is freaking amazing. I love you too, big guy. I love all you. I love all my babies. I have not been this over the moon with somebody. Just the way they act, just who she is, her personality is the size of a Great Dane, as you guys have seen. Here's this too, big guy. And of course, having the tie to Brittany and naming her Claire after her. You know, I wish Brittany was here. She would love to see her. She really would. And she reminds me of Brittany a little bit. Brittany was this tiny powerhouse. She was only 5 feet tall, but my God, she was larger than life. And so are you, Miss Claire. Yes, you are. So anyway, I just want to send a shout out to Claire's former mommy, who was kind enough, Janie, thank you for reaching out to me pretty much when she was born, saying, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm a little nervous. I don't want it to go to anybody else. I know you have experience in this. I want to thank you because you've done so much more for me than I have done for you by taking her. She has really been a godsend to everybody here, to the page. And to be honest with you, I'm putting a lot of posts of her up now because I am trying to monetize my pages. And she's a selling point. We'll get to everybody else. And those of you that are not in the subscribers group, please subscribe, because the staff is going around taking a lot of pictures and videos of dogs that I'm not getting to. I'm spending time with them every day, but I'm not getting to them as far as being able to do the videos and all that and pictures as much. So, yeah, so I'm utilizing, I mean, if you look at my TikTok videos, you guys will see, oh my God, 300,000 views, 500,000 views, 1 million views, and they're all on just all these videos I've been putting up with Claire. But I want to say one thing, but going back to the lady that had her, you can't have a dog this great without, let's say, good genetics. I mean, we could say bad genetics because of but as far as personality traits and temperament, I watched all the videos and pictures that Janie sent me along the way of her coming here, and you could see how much love she gives every one of her babies. She's just like me, you know, on a smaller scale. She's not a breeder. I'm gonna make sure that's clear. And I didn't ask her about how, you know, is this an oops or whatever. But she doesn't have a lot of chihuahuas, but she's got, you know, several of them from this litter. And I don't know if they're going to be, you know, if she is going to look for some homes for them or not, so don't ask. But she's got about probably, well, I don't know how many, but not a lot. But anyway, she's a good mom, and you can't have a dog with a great temperament like that without a great upbringing. And even those first 8 weeks made Claire such an amazing personality and light. So I just want to say, I recognize a good owner of a dog and somebody who actually loves the dog. Not because of the dog, I love the dog, it's so cute, I want to hold it. No, you let the dog explore herself. You let her be a human. You let her be a human. You let her have a personality. You let her thrive. You care about her happiness, not the happiness she brings to you. That's a big difference. A lot of people that follow this page, they love the happiness that the dogs bring to them. Not a lot of people actually put the dog's happiness before their own. So I recognize people that do that. Oh yeah, and speaking of Claire, you guys, if you watched any of the posts I put up yesterday, especially the ones outdoors, I tried to have fun with it instead of getting pissed, but I got pretty angry. I'm sick and tired of the comments about the freaking wheels. I've had this dog 1 week. 1 fucking week. Excuse my language, I'm really thinking about it. And like I said, I tried to attack this with humor yesterday. I've had this dog for 1 damn week, and people are like, why haven't you gotten her wheels? Oh my God, she needs a chest plate. Get her a skateboard. Get her wheels. What's wrong with you? And now I can handle, there was a couple people that asked in the comments, and I don't mind saying all this shit and putting these people down right now, because those aren't the people that are actually watching this video. They're the ones that come around for a blue moon or just because it's a viral thing, and they're not going to stick around anyway, so screw them. But you know, there was some of you guys actually did say in comments like, do you think she would do better with wheels? Do you think in the future you'd be looking into getting her wheels? I love that. I love inquisitive questions like that, you know? And I'm trying to play this one close to the hip because I wanted to have a big surprise for you guys here soon. But shit like this ruins it. But it's the people that come, and you guys know I'm a stickler about this. You damn well better treat me and everybody on this page with respect. You don't come in and demand that I get her wheels. You don't tell me what's wrong with me, that I'm a terrible person. You know, you're going to get smacked in the mouth, metaphorically, you know, for doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, it really pissed me off. And if you see me, if I see any more wheel comments, you guys are going to see me go after them. I'm going to make it as humorous as I can. You know, I think like one, and here's one that's kind of related to it. Oh my God, was she born that way? And my response was, no, they just fell off. She was running real quick the other day and they just fell off her. I mean, I'm trying to get the stupid ass comments and the opinionated comments out of the way. So, that's that. Last 2 things, these are minor, but you guys like to know the nuts and bolts about this. Those pee pads that we put up on Amazon, I think 1 or 2 of the colors are left. I might have taken them all down. I love them. You guys are amazing. Thank you for this. We've actually decided to color code them. In my bedroom, they get the pink ones. Not just because Brittany and all that, but in the middle of the night, like I have to see to go to the bathroom, and I can't see on those darker colored ones. It's hard, so I don't want to actually walk in poop. So you know, and I leave my TV on and everything so I can see. But yeah, those are the brightest ones, so they stay in here. The blue ones go in the Star Wars room in the other room up here, and then of course the grayish ones, which are really awesome. They just match the decor really well downstairs. They go downstairs. I was going to get into some more stuff, guys, but this is running over. I don't want to keep you detained against your will any longer. But I want to talk about the tumblers here next State of the Island. And I'm actually thinking tomorrow's State of the Island, guys. Please pay attention to this. I'll write this in the verbiage. I was talking to Aunt Stephanie and Aunt Lori about this. They'll be here with me tomorrow. And I will be doing the feeding. Stephanie normally gives me a break from it when she's here on Sundays and Thursdays. But I will do the feeding tomorrow. Lori will handle getting them in to me. But Steph, I'm going to go ahead and go live here on Facebook, or on Facebook. I think I'm going to do it there because that's where my biggest audience is, especially if I promote it. And I'm going to go live while I'm preparing the food and while I'm feeding the dogs. And you can ask me any question. The reason I'm doing it that way is because Lori, like I said, she can handle getting them in for me. And Stephanie, while I'm doing all that work, is going to be holding the camera. And I've instructed her that no matter how ridiculous or absurd the questions are, no matter how many times we've heard this question, we are going to answer every damn question you guys ask. So, and you know me, I'm very, very wordy, so I'm going to do my best to answer them in completion or whatever, very thoroughly. Right, Claire? So, there's your Tiny. You've been missing him. There's the Claire Bear. I've been missing her too, even though it's been a couple hours. There's my Vern. Everybody else is going back to bed. I gotta get going here. We gotta get started feeding. Thank you guys so much. You have a great day.